This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
Zeo, stronger than before.
Hi guys, welcome to a special interview with the amazing Nakia Burrise, the Yell, Zeo, and Turbo Ranger. Hi Nakia.
Hi, what's happening, y'all? What's happening?
Nothing much. It's cold here in LA. Not really that cold, but it's a good weather.
No, it's beautiful outside. Come on now.
But people are getting sick, so it's okay. Before we ask, how are you doing right now?
I am doing fabulously. Thank you so much for asking.
Awesome. You look great to do, by the way.
Thank you.
So
it's amazing.
Yes. Let's get the interview started. Nakia, can you briefly tell us about yourself?
My name is Nakia. My middle name is Rashay. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Nakia Rashay Burrise Gavino. We added the Gavino after I got married.
Oh.
So I will be married 20 years, February 12th. Whoop, whoop, 20 years. What else do you need to know about me? I'm still acting, still doing voiceover. Catherine and I just started a YouTube channel called PowerRangersPlayback, where we watch episodes that we were in and other episodes that we were not in, and you guys get to hear the inside scoop of what was going on, our insight, and we learned some things after watching them. I just think about it right now. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna learn how to remorph because I had forgotten a couple of things. Just reliving some of those moments and watching some of those has just been extraordinary. And then many of you might know that I co-own a convention with Karen Ashley, who played the Yellow Ranger before me, and Michael Bioni, who owns RangerStop Orlando. So this will be our second year in Atlanta, called RangerStop and Pop. We have some extraordinary Power Ranger guests, extraordinary anime guests, and we're just really looking forward to this year. But yeah, that's a little something about me, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Sounds nice.
Okay.
Can you tell us how you got started in acting?
Well, when I was little, I used to watch a show called The Carol Burnett Show. You guys might be too young for that.
My dad used to watch a lot, so I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, great.
And I do know.
Oh,
I know of it.
So I used to watch the Carol Burnett Show, and for those of you that don't know the Carol Burnett Show, it's like a sketch show. It's almost like Saturday Night Live. And I was little then, and I would perform these little skits in front of my parents, and I would force my older brother to perform with me. And we would make my parents laugh and just entertain them. And I've always enjoyed making people laugh and just being entertaining, and it's just always been in my bones. So that got me into performing on stage and acrobatics, and then I auditioned to get into UCLA, and being in Los Angeles is where I eventually ended up landing my first real job, which was Power Rangers, the series. And then since then, I've been able to go on and to do guest star, co-star roles on various television shows and movies and commercials. There you have it.
Nice. Wow. Including Sabrina.
Including Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yes, I actually got a chance to do 2 of her shows. Melissa Hart. I did Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I also did Melissa and Joey.
Oh, interesting.
Didn't know that.
Oh, I did remember you. I didn't know that. I think I did remember you. I used to watch Sabrina religiously when I was a kid. So after school, like Channel 5. Can you tell us the audition process for Power Rangers?
So most auditions, I mean, since I've been off the show, I've had an opportunity to obviously audition for other shows. And so this one I felt a little bit unique. I had the first audition, which was about probably 200 or more girls. And then I got a call back a couple weeks later, and it was down to probably 40, 50 of us. Then I got a third call back. It was down to 7 of us. Then I got a fourth call back. It was down to 3 of us, and we did a screen test. And my screen test was with Catherine Sutherland, who had just previously got on the show maybe like 6 months before I was on there. And so all 3 of us did a screen test with Kat. And I found out later later on that the producers actually asked Kat who she liked the best, who she felt like she, gelled with the best, and she said me. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that until just recent years. So she may have had a little bit of influence with me getting hired. I might owe her something. Anyway, so then it was the screen test. It was 3 of us, and then it came down to 2. So this was the 5th audition, and that was more of an interview with, at that time, the executive producer under Saban, which was Shiki Levy. And I remember him asking me what my birth date was. I said, October 21st, and he was like, oh, October. We've got 2 other October birthdays, Amy Jo and Catherine Sutherland. And I was like, oh, so then you just need to hire another one. So I got a little bit bold there, but hey, I ended up landing the job. So praise God for that one. Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
So if you guys want to be a Power Ranger, you have to be born in October. Get them, guys. But that's actually kind of cool. That Catherine was the reason why.
Well, she's not the reason why.
Almost kind of the reason why.
She influenced. She helped encourage them. Yeah. But I'd like to think that it was my performance too.
And we all loved you.
Can you tell us what the experience while filming Power Rangers was like?
I remember the first couple of episodes of Power Rangers. I was extremely nervous because this was my first television series. I knew nothing about what I was doing. I come into a cast that have been together for a while, at least, well, Kat had been there like 6 months, but the other ones had, just filmed a movie together. And, I really didn't know film etiquette, television etiquette, any of that. So I just remember being very nervous, excited, blessed, and all of that bottled in. But once I got the hang of it, they really welcomed me in. They were very kind. JDF was trying to crack jokes right off the bat, which is him. Still does it today. But we felt like a family. It was really a family. We looked out for one another. I remember I was having a bad day once, a really, really bad day. And Jason, Frank had actually kind of stopped production for me for a second, just to make sure that I was all right. He was like, give Nakia time, just wait. It was just something had happened, and I was in tears, and yeah, so we do go through that. So you guys know, you could have a bad day on set. Don't take it out on anybody. Don't be one of those actors who think they're booty don't stank. It was nothing like that. I was having some personal things that were going on, so I was really, really hurt. And Jason actually stopped production for a short time for me, just so that I could pull things together to make sure I was okay. And I was okay. I was okay soon after that. But yeah, we were like a family. Still are.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's like you guys have a great family feeling. I mean, that's what about Power Rangers. Like, all of us community is a great family feeling.
Yeah, and conventions has really brought us all together. A lot of the seasons that we obviously did not work with, a lot of the cast members from those seasons, because of these conventions, Power Morphicon, where we're all together. And then, MyCon, RangerStop and Pop, also brings a bunch of Rangers together that were not in the same season. You just really get to know each other, and there's just a love throughout, which is amazing.
Give any fun behind the scene moments with your casts.
Fun behind the scene moments with the cast.
Like any pranksters, anything fun or crazy.
Excuse me. Oh, we had a lot of fun. There was, we always talk about all of the pranks that were played on Kat, because they were notoriously played on her. There was a time where she had left her dressing room, and when she came back to her dressing room, this was Paul and Jason Nardi. They had taken everything out of her dressing room, including her couches, her tables, everything, and it was completely empty. So mind you, we're on set for like an hour or two. We come back, and she has nothing in there. She's like, what the? Oh my gosh! And then, so she's panicking, and then we're called back on set. So we're there for another hour or two. We come back, and everybody's furniture is now inside of her room, and she can't even open the door. So there were little things like that played, things like flies put in people's food. Like, it was some ridiculous stuff, some ridiculous but fun stuff as well. Some other things that would happen, Johnny, he's an amazing martial artist. We would be outside of Ernie's juice bar, and in between takes, they would say, cut. Okay, cut. And so in between takes, Johnny would be getting a broom, doing spins, jumping off the tree, doing that. I remember him doing this spin he was holding the broom. He did a spin on the broom, jumped up the tree, did a backflip, and did another spin. He was just in between breaks. He was over there pop locking and break dancing and doing martial arts off trees.
Dang, he is quite a sprinty frog.
Yes, yeah, it was pretty amazing. Yeah,
he did tell me he loves Jackie Chan, so
yes,
now I can see it because Jackie Chan does that.
he was Jackie Channing it up, believe me. And the breaks in between scenes would only be like not even 5 minutes. So imagine they'd be like, cut, he'd be jumping off a tree, cut, he'd be twirling around this way, cut, he'd be doing splits. Okay.
What is your thoughts on the Power Ranger fandom as a whole?
I think we have an extraordinary fandom. I mean, you two being part of it, all of the shows that have come up after Power Rangers, as far as like YouTube and reviews and cosplay, and it's amazing. But I think that I definitely wouldn't have known anything about any of this without social media, because I remember when MySpace was out, I didn't even know what a Comic-Con was. I remember someone hitting me on MySpace saying, Nakia, when are you going to come to a convention? There were several people here dressed like you. And I was like, what is a Comic-Con? And what is cosplay? And what is, So I just think that it's cool, come full circle. It's an amazing blessing, even that the show is still on and that people have enjoyed our characters. And it's really brought a lot to a lot of people. I hear stories daily about how Power Rangers has changed people's lives, and it's pretty incredible. I feel really blessed to be a part of it.
Hasbro, bring her back for the next anniversary season.
Yeah.
That would be nice. That would be fun.
Nah, we need you and Kat together again for a special episode.
Oh,
that'd be amazing.
That'll be amazing.
Thank you.
So speaking of Kat and Power Rangers, so we just saw that you guys had a new special page called PowerRangersPlayback. Can you please tell us about that and then what made you guys started?
Yes. So we were at a convention last year in Scotland, and we were sitting there and we were looking at some of the YouTubers that were next to us that were also guests, and we were like, why don't we start a YouTube channel? Why not? And so we sat there and we were sitting there thinking, and I was like, so we were spitballing just different ideas, and I said, oh my gosh, Kat, we should do what the fans have been asking for, which is that every time we're at a convention, we're asked about different episodes, obviously, because we were on the show, what we were thinking during this episode, what were we doing during that episode. I said, we should just put it all into one and do a show where we're watching our episodes and watching Power Ranger episodes, period, and telling them what's happening behind the scenes, what our thoughts are, reliving those moments. And so that's how we came up with Power Rangers Playback. And it premieres February 5th, which is next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We've been showing some sneak peeks from episode 1, from our first episode. Each episode is not going to be, over 10 minutes. So hopefully it'll be just enough to, to give you guys some gravitas that you might want. And we're very excited with it. We're starting with the Zeo season, and we're going to move on from there. I'm sure we're going to get to Mighty Morphin. We're going to go back to Mighty Morphin, but we wanted to start where we both started together. And I know that Kat started on Mighty Morphin, but we both started in Zeo, so that's where we decided to start. And then we could backtrack after that, and then we could move forward, and we're going to have special guests eventually. Some Rangers have already asked to be a part of our living room, and that's where we take place, in the living room. But it's so much fun. We have so much fun watching the episodes and laughing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope if you guys haven't subscribed, I hope you subscribe. We are giving away prizes to subscribers on February 5th. We're going live on February 4th at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And if we reach 4,000 subscribers before February 5th, then we are going to give away two more prizes to 2 more subscribers. Yay!
So guys, if you haven't yet,
Awesome.
please subscribe to their YouTube page, Power Rangers Playback, from Nakia Burrise and Catherine Sutherland.
Yes!
Also, if you get to Goldar's vice versa, Sabrina Lou, she would love to be a part of that.
Okay, cool. Very
Yeah,
cool. Thank
Yes.
you.
Again, we've talked about your Pop RangerStop and Pop. Can you tell us more about that?
So we were, Karen Ashley, Michael Bioni, and myself, we were at New York Comic Con 2018 together. And we had fiddled around with starting, a sister con to RangerStop Orlando. Just coming up with a con, period. And so we just decided to do it. Karen found us the spot. We were trying to decide in the city that we wanted to do it. We were like, where are our Power Rangers? Because, obviously with us being Power Rangers, we wanted Power Rangers to be guests. And we knew that Atlanta has several conventions. They have a huge anime convention. They have Dragon Con, which spreads across the genre. But there's not a lot of Power Rangers that come to Atlanta for these particular cons, not a group of Power Rangers, like several or more. And so we were like, well, why don't we do a con that has Power Rangers and pop culture? So we could have Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and anime guests and TV stars and voiceover. So that is the goal of RangerStop and Pop, to have Power Rangers as well as pop culture, television stars from the 90s, 2000s, and so forth. We want to fill it and have it a diverse group of people. So this year we're going to have, several Power Rangers, and we're going to have a bunch of anime, really known anime stars that, Chris Sabat has already been introduced, and Johnny crosses into both, so he's anime star and he's a Power Ranger star. And then we have a few more anime stars and a few more Power Rangers that we have not announced yet, so stay tuned. And the dates are June 19th through the 21st, Sheraton Atlanta Hotel. Right now is the best time to get your tickets because they're, the prices are at a tier. So right now you can get them for $45 weekend passes. That's cheap because it ain't gonna be that at the door. $45 right now for weekend passes up till March 1st, and then it goes up in increments every month. So I would get them now. Get them now.
So for people living in East Coast, especially in Florida, get them now. And if you guys want to know more about RangerStop, you can look at Morphin Network because we're part of Rangers' social media team.
Yes, thank you so much. And you can also go to our website, RangerStopAtlanta.com.
Can you tell us your advice to any aspiring actor out there or actress?
Okay, yes, I will. Something I want to share, because this was just a recent experience of mine. I was on an audition, and you have got to be kind from the moment you walk inside of that audition room. And I don't mean the room where the casting director is and they're about to read with you. I mean the moment you walk into that casting office, up to the assistant, up into the time you walk into the casting room. Many people lose their job before they can get it when they walk into that room with a complete attitude, or they couldn't find a park. Or I say this because this last audition that I was at, the director, nobody knew, the director was actually sitting where the assistants were sitting. We're sitting out in the waiting room, just observing. Seriously. And that happens often because they want to see if you're workable material. And so that's one thing that I would say, because a lot of people think that, the audition starts when you get inside the casting room with a casting agent. No, it starts the moment that you open that door and you walk in. The other thing I would say is, if this is something that you truly want, then you've got to work at it. You can't just say, I'm going to be an actor, and you're going to go inside of a casting room and book a job. Hey, it has happened before. I'm not saying that it could never happen. But what I mean is, you need to study your craft. I've been acting for over 20 years, and I am still in class. I'm in an advanced acting class right now, but I need to continue to keep, it's just like a game. Kobe Bryant, for instance, talked so much, and I love your hat, by the way, talked so much about how hard he had to work, and he had to keep working to better himself. And he was a professional athlete and making millions of dollars and already had skills beyond skills, but he kept training. That's the same thing with acting. You've got to train. Get in a class. You need to know what's happening, because the audition techniques and styles have changed throughout the years. When I first started, when you got into an audition room, it was just you and the casting director. And then if you got a callback, then they would bring in the producers. Now everything is video. You walk in, they have a camera, and from that video is what they show the producers. And if the producers like you, then you can get a callback or you can get a booking. So it's always changing. The auditioning process is always changing. The entertainment business is always changing. But I honestly feel that if this is something that you indeed want to pursue, you have to have thick skin, because you're going to most likely be told no more than yes, because I'm a testament to that. And it can knock you down sometimes. But if it's something that you honestly feel God has called you to do, do not allow anyone to tell you no. You keep moving forward. Don't let anybody tell you you need to just stop, you need to quit, that's it, that's wrap. No. I remember when I was auditioning to get into UCLA, one of my friends from high school, who was a year ahead of me, had gotten into UCLA, not into the theater department, but into a different major. And the year that I applied to get into UCLA was the first year that they opened up to incoming freshmen. And I had to audition to get in. They were only accepting 50 people. And I remember my friend telling me that it was going to be too difficult. She said, you know, it's going to be too hard. Just declare another major, and then once you get into the school, then try to transfer over and get into the theater department. And I was like, heck to the no. Nah, I ain't no. I'm going to audition. They going to accept me because I'm praying about it. And if God says yes, I don't care who says no. And so I was accepted. One of the only 50 people accepted, but it took work. I worked and worked and worked on my audition, and I worked and performed. You know, I went up in front of all of my classmates because I wanted to try to get my jitterbugs out and everything. I was still jittery when I went in there, but I did the best that I could, and God blessed me with it. So if it's something that you ultimately want to do, go for it, and don't let anybody tell you no.
Exactly.
Period.
Very inspirational.
Very inspirational.
Thank you.
You had the mama mentality. You do. Working hard, perseverance.
Do you have any upcoming projects that you'd like to share with the Power Ranger community?
I'm going to say this because there's a project that I just filmed that I cannot speak about yet because it has not been released. Just check out my website. I know that I don't really advertise it enough on my Instagram. Actually, I haven't been advertising it. But my website is NakiaBurrise.com. I list my conventions. And then when I'm able to release the projects that I've done, I put them on there as well. You can even check out my reels that are on there for those of you that haven't seen some of the shows that I've been on. I do have a couple of Netflix shows that Atypical I was in. Barbie's Life in the Dream House for those of you that like funny Barbie shows, male and female. I'm sorry, but there's been some male and female that have cracked up because there's a lot of adult humor. I play Nikki in Barbie's Life in the Dream House. And then there's Barbie's Dream Adventures where I play Principal Miller. And then some of you have seen the Unsolved series with Tupac and Biggie, the untold story of Tupac and Biggie. It's on Netflix as well. I also play a small little role in there. But yeah, check me out. Check out my website, NakiaBurrise.com, and I put up, I try to post the things that I do when I'm able to post them. Some I can't post because they're not announced yet. So thank you guys. Yeah. But for sure, more than anything, Power Rangers Playback, which is my new YouTube channel that I can't talk about. Power Rangers Playback. That is our YouTube channel. It's also our Instagram page. Our Twitter is Power Playback. And we don't have a Facebook page. And then RangerStop and Pop, which the Morphin Network are just proud I wouldn't say sponsors, but they're helping out. They're also helping us promote our show. So those are two other things that are going on for me right now. And I just want to say, for those of you that are a part of the live stream right now that I can't see your faces, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for even coming on here to even listen to anything that I had to say. Thank you for loving Power Rangers. Thank you for following our pages and just being a part of the fandom, because honestly, we would not be where we are without you guys. Kat and I wouldn't even be able to have this Power Rangers playback without you guys, without there being Power Ranger fans. So thank you, mwah, mwah, and mwah again, truly.
And we love you, Nakia. All of us do.
I love you too.
So we have some fans that want to say hi. Terrell Diggs says, "Hi, Nakia."
Hi, Terrell.
He also has
Terrell.
He also has this question: what's your favorite Power Rangers Turbo episode?
Shadow Rangers.
I remember that. Ooh, I remember
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I loved when I got to fight myself. That was so fun. Yeah, that's one of my favorite for sure.
Alan Barley says, "Hello, big fan."
Hi, Alan.
Junie Barreto says, "This is awesome."
Aw, thank you, Junie.
He also says, "Power Rangers forever."
Whoop whoop.
Steve Duncan, what was it like to be a Power Ranger?
Well, once a Power Ranger, always a Power Ranger. Sometimes I forget that. But I feel really blessed to be a part of that. I really, sometimes I forget that people remember me from the show. When I'm out and about and they see me and they come up and they tell me what Power Rangers meant to them, you guys don't honestly know how much it blesses me that you remember me, remember my character. But Power Rangers is everything. 26 years later, I can still say that I'm a Power Ranger.
And your own superhero.
My own superhero, yes.
Pharaoh Atom, I learned about Power Rangers advancement outside of TV show from Andre Black Nerd Comedy.
Oh, love Andre. He has been such a blessing with our YouTube channel. Like, I have just hit him up in the middle of the night, like, Andre, tell me, what do we do for this? What do we do for that? Yeah, he's been a wealth of information for us. And he has some of the best interviews as well. One of the first interviews that I had at Power Morphicon, like,
I saw that
5 years ago. Oh my gosh, we were so silly and it was so fun. Yeah.
Was it the Awkward Talks one?
I don't remember the title of it, but I remember he was like, she was the first black, which he said something. It was funny. It was funny. My earpiece keeps coming out. But yeah, Andre is amazing. Love him tremendously.
Sorry about your name. Olasagun Tony Olabode, Team Nakia.
Yes, he was on my team. He was one of my team members. We used to repost. How are you, love? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Mwah, mwah, to everybody.
Johnny Goddard says, "Hey Nakia, you did a great job playing the Yellow Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo and Power Rangers Turbo." From Johnny Goddard from Bend, Oregon.
Thank you, Johnny.
Can I ask something right quick?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Which suit did you prefer, the Zeo one or the Turbo?
Well, I liked the Zeo because of the intricacy. It really reminded me of like Egyptian-esque type stuff. So I really liked the Zeo suit, but I did like the Turbo helmets, the lights, how they would light up.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I like them both for different reasons.
Vanessa M. Perez. Hi Nakia, any Comic-Con in Texas soon at RGB Texas?
Do I have a Texas? You know what? I did have a Texas con. It was Morphin Mania, but they ended up changing the dates, and now they're conflicting with another convention that I'm doing. So currently, I don't have a Texas con, but it's still early in the year, so hopefully that will change. Thank you for inquiring, and when it does change, I will definitely be posting about it. Thank you, my love.
Lazarus Koritopoulos from Greece. Hey man. Hi everyone. Hello Nakia, a fan from Greece here. Greetings. I wish to see you in Greece one day too. Aww.
I am going to Greece, actually, not for a Comic-Con, but for vacation in August. So who knows? Yeah, I'll be there probably for 2 weeks. My husband and I are going to celebrate our 20-year anniversary. Thank you from all the way from Greece. That's amazing. I look forward to seeing your country. I'm so excited about it.
Nathaniel Green says, "Hi Nakia, can't wait to see you and catching the show."
Hey, Nate! He's such, just love him. He is just always just right there when we have those haters on the page. He is right there to write something and to stand up for us. Nate, my hats are off to you. Thank you so much. So much.
Thomas Arnell Franca says, "Hey Nakia Burrise, if you come back to the show, Tanya should get a Master Morpher."
Woo! I agree, Thomas. I agree. Thank you, Thomas.
Eris Bynum. Oh, you're new. "She's one of my favorite Yellow Rangers along with Trini, Aisha, Ashley, and Maya."
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And my friend Luisa Spiro says, "Nakia!"
Nakia! Oh, thank you guys again. I appreciate it.
And that's pretty much it. No one's come. So again, thank you guys so much for a special interview. For tuning in. And Nakia, special thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And thank you to all of the fans that will see this and are seeing this currently. I wouldn't be where I am without you. So thank you tremendously.
Yes. So Nakia, where can he find you in social media?
Nakia Burrise. That's 2 R's and 1 S in the last name. Nakia Burrise is my Instagram. My Twitter is Nakia Burrise. My Facebook is Nakia.Burrise. And you can find me at PowerRangersPlayback on Instagram. And Power Playback. They changed the name on Twitter. That's how I have to try to remember for our YouTube channel. So there I am. And my website is Nakia Burrise. Everything's Nakia Burrise. Just look at Nakia Burrise. You'll find me.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
And Kent, where can you find you?
You can find me on Instagram at brown_K, as well as my extra face Instagram page, QR Ranger Book, where I show off my massive Power Ranger scrapbook. And you can also find me my regular Facebook page. Also, Nakia, if you and Catherine, Paramorphicon 2020, can we do another Zeomorph?
I'd love it.
Yes,
that was
do
actually
it.
cool. I love that.
Zeo Ranger 5 Red.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can find me on Instagram, DanceTheVoid247. Yes, I'm a dancer. And Power Morphin Network at MorphinNet, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And also, Nakia, to answer your question at last Saturday or two, how my hands are so
Soft.
Here you go.
Avino!
Avino every day.
I love that. Good.
I use it every day before I go start my day. I don't know why. Something like that.
No, that's good. That's good. You got soft hands. Ryan.
Yeah, I do. Again, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Nakia. Have a happy Saturday, and tomorrow have a nice Super Bowl weekend. So, guys, and again, guys, thank you so much. As we do a good wave. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Signing out.